Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome back to Fate Stay Night. I think as I briefly mentioned at the end of the last episode, I ran over a little bit. So just a heads up, the first 20 minutes, I don't know if I say anything weird regarding specifically like the last episode or saying it was the same episode, but that's what that is. But anyways, let's just go ahead and jump into the video. I hope you guys enjoy. I lay a futon down in the living room and place Ilya on it. Even though she's unconscious, Ilya's face looks calm and there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with her.
ほら、よそ見しない。包帯がずれるじゃない。
Oh yeah, from where we got stabbed? She hits my back. Ooh, wow, that's rough.
どうさが、お前怪我人になんてことしやがるんだ。
Not what he's saying. He totally slapped the wound of a wounded person.
うるさい。人がせっかく手当てしてあげてるんだから、少しはおとなしくしてなさいっての。ほら、右手あげて。もう必要ないとは思うけど、一応こっちにも薬塗っとくから。
冷たいってそれ。
触覚があるってことは平気な証拠よ。はい、次包帯ね。
Suppose if you can feel, you shouldn't be complaining. She skillfully wraps the bandage around my right shoulder. It's past 10. After returning to the living room, Tosaka started to treat my wounds. She started, but the wounds had mostly already healed, so all that's left is to treat them just for show.
はい、おしまい。にしても、ほんとデタラメな体ね。それだけの治癒能力を持ってるのは吸血鬼ぐらいなものよ。
Maybe we're secretly Dracula? Just saying.
あなた、本当に人間？
As far as I know, yeah. I think she asked me something similar a while ago.
あのな、俺は真っ当な人間だよ。俺だってどうしてこんななのか知らないんだから、聞かれたってわかるもんか。
冗談。真っ当な人間が脊髄切られてピンシャンしてるかっていうのよ。
His spinal cord was cut? No. A normal human would not be up and running after that. A normal human would probably not be up and running ever again, even if they survived that.
便利だからあえて追求しなかったけど、いい加減不気味になってきたわ。もしかしてあんた、首を切られない限り死なない土地の出だったりしない？
That is like next level. Good lord. That is completely different. Well, I guess, is it? Kind of organs showing? Like, before? When we got dice? I mean, I don't know, still, your spine up and walking this, like, shortly after getting a spinal cord cut? No. This is, that's some absurd healing power. The worst part is, Tosaka is seriously considering that. She might come after my neck one day with an axe in hand. For science.
ね？セイバーだってそう思うでしょ？原因はセイバーだとは思うんだけど、それにしたって不死身すぎるっていうか。
は、シローの治癒能力はシローのものではないのですか？
そんなわけないじゃない。強化の一つ覚えのシローがそんな高等技術をマスターしてると思う？
Yeah, no kidding.
こいつのデタラメぶりは間違いなくあなたとつながってるからよ。セイバーの自己回復能力がそのままシローに流れてるんじゃない？
そうなのでしょうか。今までそのようなつながりは感じませんでしたが、それならば今も私の魔力はシローに流れていなければおかしいですし、
What?
第一、私の自然治癒はシローほど強くはあります。
セイバー？どうしたの？いきなり青ざめた顔しちゃって。
Not as strong? Do you not see the problem with that sentence, Tosaka? Saber is staring into space as if she can't hear Tosaka.
まさか、そんなはずは。
What? What, are we the servant here? Shaking her head, Saber looks away. Tosaka and I look at each other. Saber's acting strange. No, I know why. Saber's spirit has been low since that golden knight appeared.
まあシローのことは保留にしておきましょう。
Yeah, we got a golden knight to worry about.
それよりセイバー、あなたさっきのやつと顔見知りだったの？あの金ピカセイバーが自分のものだとか言ってたけど。
Saber doesn't answer. It's obviously something she doesn't want to talk about. But I still want to know. Tosaka's question is mine as well.
セイバー、知っているなら教えてくれ。さっきのあいつは何だったんだ？セイバーはあいつのことをアーチャーと言っていただろう。
はい、認めたくはありませんが、私は彼を知っています。ですがそれはありえない。サーバントは7人だけです。彼が召喚されるはずがない。
サーバント？やっぱりあいつサーバントなのか？
Seems likely he was in the past, so what is he doing here, now? No, that's obvious. But in that case, there's a big problem.
彼のクラスはアーチャーです。もちろんリンが契約したアーチャーとは全く別の英霊で、
Yeah.
その能力も英雄としての気質もあまりに違いますが。
No kidding. I know that too. It only lasted a short while, but I was able to feel how much of a monster he was.
ちょっと待って、おかしいわよそれ。
That's not
あ
right.
いつがアーチャーのサーバントならそれで8人目よ。一つの期間で召喚できるサーバントは7人が限度のはずでしょ。数が減ったから補充するなんてことは絶対にない。
Apparently he did
そ
this
もそも
time.
7人以上の召喚は聖杯だって魔力が持たないわ。
So maybe he won the last Holy Grail War and just wished to not disappear. Or maybe he just never disappeared after the end of the last one.
サーバントが7人っていうのはそれが一度に呼び出せる限度数だからでしょ。
Wait,
なら8人目はどうしたって呼び出すって待った。
is it gonna be because we never really summoned Saber? Or
セイバー、あなた前回の戦いであいつと出会ったの？
okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was just thinking like she was specifically like wait, hold on, like could an eighth be summoned?
その通りです、リン。前回の聖杯戦争における最後の一日、火の海の中で私は彼と戦った。
And lost. Or something happened. My body tenses up for an instant. Saber fought him in a sea of fire? I wonder what that was. It's nothing new. Kodamine already told me that the fire was caused by the Holy Grail War. So this shouldn't be a surprise. I think the fact that specifically Saber was there is a pretty big surprise to him. I mean, I kind of figured as much, but it's just I was unconsciously trying not to think about it until now.
決着は？あなた、あいつをきちんと倒したの？
I don't think she'd be here if she did, right?
倒してはいません。いいえ、倒すことはできなかった。なぜなら私は
逆にあいつに任された。今回とは違う。きちんと召喚されて敵なしだったあなたが勝てなかった相手ね。
Saber hangs her head and doesn't answer. That pretty much answers her question.
セイバーが勝てなかった？
Not just the imperfect Saber as she is now, but Saber with her full power? Is that even possible? If you look at her skills as a swordsman, Saber certainly is invincible. Admittedly, Saber was the weaker against Berserker, but Saber has that noble phantasm. The noble phantasms of other servants are powerful, but Saber's exceeds even them. I don't think there's any hero she can't beat using her holy sword.
それじゃあ決まりよ。あいつ今回の戦いで呼ばれたサーバントじゃなくて、
Yeah, that's what I
前
figured.
回からそのまま残ったサーバントなんじゃない？
That is the only explanation that made any sense.
そうでなければ辻褄が合わないもの。
Maybe he wished to stay, just so he could defeat not Berserker, Saber. Again, I guess? My mind stops. It's not that I agree with Tosaka. But what you said matches what I've been hoping for since yesterday.
ですがそれは。
ですがも何もないわ。それ以外に説明がつかないんだから。一度の聖杯戦争で呼び出せるのは7人だけ。それ以外のサーバントがいるとしたら、それは前回生き残った勝者だけじゃなくて。
A heavy silence. But why is she in such a good mood? That's a great question.
父さん、何が嬉しいんだよ、お前。
当然じゃない。だって前例がいてくれたのよ。あいつが何者か知らないけど、要するに前回の戦いで最後まで勝ち残ったサーバントなんでしょ。
いや。
ならあいつは聖杯を手に入れたのよ。で、その恩恵でずっと世界に残ってる。
So what, is she happy like this because Saber might be able to stay if she gets the Holy Grail, or?
つまり聖杯さえ手に入れればサーバントを世界に留めておけるっていう見本じゃない。あいつをとっ捕まえて詳しい話を聞きたいぐらいよ。
Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, you're right. I don't know who he is, but he's a servant and he's still here after the previous war. That means there's a way for Saber to stay in this world like him.
とまあ、あいつが何者で何が目的かは不明だけど、倒すべき敵には変わりなさそうね。セイバー、それであいつの正体は何なの？
それがわからないのです。前回の戦いでも私は最後まで彼の正体がつかめなかった。あの英雄にはシンボルとなる宝具が存在しなかった。
シンボルとなる宝具が存在しない？そんなバカな話があるもんか。宝具がないサーバントなんてサーバントじゃないだろう。何よりあいつはさっき
Had lots of them, apparently.
そうよ、さっき山ほど使ってたじゃない。あれだけあれば正体を探るなんて造作もないでしょ。宝具の形状から該当する英雄を探せばいいんだから。
では聞きますが、リンは先ほどの宝具に一つでも見覚えはありましたか？
I mean, let's go to the weapon screen. We saw a few of them that we hadn't seen before. Durandal, Herpe? Monster-killing holy sword used by Perseus. Vajra. Dine's slave? Sigurd. Is that the sword Sigurd used? It might be, actually. We got this one. There's all kinds of ones that we've never seen. Right? Like, I don't think there's any one person that could have used all of these. Unless we're facing God, like... So we got China. We got a Chinese legend. We have an Indian legend. We have a Northern European hero. We have Greek. We have Middle Age Europe. Like, I don't see any one hero that could use all of those weapons.
そんなの当然じゃない。
Tosaka ponders. She thinks about it for a minute, but then she tilts her head in confusion.
嘘。そんなはずない。
Does she recognize who it is?
どうした父さん。何が嘘なんだ？
信じられない。あの血に濡れてたのは多分ダインスレフで、鎌っぽいのはハルペイよね。なんか中華っぽいやつもあったし、お不動産のあれもあったような。
Tosaka looks crazy, talking to herself. Who would have used all of those? I guess this is what you call digging yourself a hole.
あれなんかセーバーの剣に似てたけど別物のはずよ。ああいう素朴なデザインは北欧っぽかったし、 そういえば大抵の魔剣の原型って北欧だって話だけど。
She starts to grit her teeth.
おい、遠さが。
There's no point in leaving her like that. I have to stop her now or there will be some damage. I don't need to add that I'll be the one damaged.
遠さか、遠さか、いいから戻ってこい。
ああ、もう黙っててよシロ。あんたがちゃちゃ入れるから頭が混乱してきたじゃない。
Girl, I don't think that's what's confusing you right now.
いや、チャチャを入れるつもりはない。あいつの宝具のことだろ。形状だけで言うなら、ダインスレフとハルペ、デュランダルに、バジュラにカラドボルグ。あとゲイボルクもあったか。
He saw Guy Bob? Does that mean Lance is dead? Does that mean it's just a one-on-one now?
なんか中華っぽかったのはさすがにわからないけど、有名どころはそんなものじゃなかったか。
それ合ってる。
I'm hurt if she makes a face like that. Are these just a bunch of noble phantasms he pillaged from people he killed, or...? I'm not knowledgeable, but it just popped into my head.
けどそれってどういうことよ。そんなデタラメな数の宝具を持ってる英雄なんていないわ。いえ、そもそも出典がごちゃ混ぜでもう何が何だか。
ええ、ですから私も彼の正体はわからなかった。英雄の証となる宝具をあの男は湯水のように持っているのです。あまりにも数がありすぎるためアーチャーの正体を絞り込むことはできなかった。
The two ponder. Well, there's certainly no way to tell if he has that many. It's like hiding a tree in a forest or something.
シロ、あんたなんかないの？
No, I mean, unless we're fighting God. Like, I feel like it's probably a very powerful hero that my best guess is he somehow pillaged like a bunch of different noble phantasms. That doesn't make sense unless he's fought in multiple Holy Grail Wars before this one and won like all of them. She glares at me. Yeah, she's definitely taking it out on me.
なんかないのってなんだよ。
だから気づいたこととか推理とか、とにかく瞬間的なひらめきよ。
Nope.
私たちに必要なものは意外性のある意見なの。行き詰まった事態を解決するのは偶然だけなんだから。
She might be right.
なるほど。お前、俺のことバカにしてるだろ。
失礼ね。戦力外だと思ってるだけよ。ね、どうなの？
I just think you're useless.
お手上げ。
I give up, honestly. Tosaka groans in regret.
となると結論は一つね。セイバー、あいつが使ってた宝具はみんな偽物だと思わない？そうでもなければ説明がつかないでしょ？
I mean, that's the only real explanation I can think of.
同意見です。ですが。
いや、あれ偽物じゃないぞ。
He seemed to feel the power from them. How did they arrive at that answer? First of all, he wouldn't have been able to pierce Castor with fake noble phantasms.
ふーん。エミヤ君、その根拠は？
Yeah, the fact that they all pierced Castor kind of says it all.
だからあれは本物だって。むしろ他のが偽物っぽい。
は？
いや、あくまで直感なんだ。うまく説明できないんだけど、あれは全部本物だぞ。
Okay, what does he mean by the but everything else seems fake bit? That's weird.
ランサーの持ってるゲイボルクはもちろん本物だけど、さっきのやつが使った槍もゲイボルクの本物だと思う。
It's harder to explain if she makes a face like that. No, forgetting that, why did I think that? It's just that all the things he used were noble phantasms. I can feel that. Is it because I used projection against Berserker? I could tell they were real noble phantasms just by looking at them. Conception dwells in superior weapons, and something is missing from weapons that merely imitate them in shape. I realized that when I imitated Saber's sword. By that argument, I think that all the noble phantasms he used were perfect. So you can just tell because he used projection
Ma.
before.
シローの発言はとりあえず置いておいて、あいつの正体がわからない以上、次は目的なんだけど、
Tosaka sneaks a glance at Saber.
あいつも聖杯を狙ってるのは当然として、気になる点がもう一つあるのよね。
Why is he so, like, hell-bent on fighting Saber?
セイバー、はっきり聞いていいかしら。
Man, why does she put on that really evil smile when it comes to this kind of subject?
それはどういう意味でしょうか、リン。尋ねたいことがあるのならば遠慮することはありませんが。
そなら聞くけど、セイバーはあいつをどう思ってるの？あいつの言いぶりからすると、どうもセイバーにお熱のようだったけど。
What? I'm not following Tosaka's lead, but I sneak a glance at Saber. Tosaka is saying it wrong, but it's true he was attached to Saber. No, it wasn't that nice. He saw Saber as his and only his.
彼が何を考えているかなど私の知るところではありません。ですが前回の戦いの折求婚された覚えはあります。無論剣と共に切って捨てましたが。
I deflected it with my sword. I'd like to think he just like got on a ring and was or like got on a knee and started to offer a ring. She just like pulls out her sword, like swipes the ring. Marriage? You mean, what is that servant thinking?
この場合喜ぶべきか微妙だけど、それなりに悪い気はしないんじゃない？サーバントになってからも求愛されるなんて女冥利に尽きるってもんじゃない。
そのようなことはありません。もとより私にそんな自由はない。私の目的は聖杯を手に入れることです。正直あのようなざれ言は勘に触ります。
そう？セイバーはそうでもあいつはかなりご執心だったじゃない。あの手のタイプはね、相手が断っても一向に答えないんだから。セイバーも頑固だし、いっそああいうやつの方がお似合いかもよ。
Okay, but where did this come from, Tosaka? I don't know what's so funny, but Tosaka's words are irresponsible. Tosaka seems to be happy to be talking to Saber about this kind of thing. Saber seems to have no interest, but...
ですからそのようなことに関心はないと言っているでしょう。彼は確かに優れた英霊ですが、私とは考え方が違いすぎる。
Saber answers honestly.
へえ、だってさシロ、セイバーは男なんて関心がないんだって。
What?
安心した？
What? So she's just making fun of us with this.
リン、今のはシローには関係のない話だと思います。今の発言はどこかおかしい。
でしょうね。今のは私の出現だったわ。けど何がおかしいのかって、おかしいことがおかしいわけ。
What? Tosaka laughs evilly. Her eyes seem to be laughing not only at Saber, but at me as well. She's definitely making fun of you guys. It irritates me for some reason, and I stand up.
あれ？ちょっとどこ行くのよシロ。
お茶、喉が渇いたから。ついてだから人数分入れてくる。
I spit that out and go to the kitchen. I don't know why, but I'm irritated, so I think I'll prepare extra bitter tea for Tosaka.
それじゃあとりあえず部屋に戻るわ。込み入った話は明日イリアが起きてからにしましょう。
Alright. After messing a lot with Saber, she drinks the bitter tea and stands up.
ああ、さっさと寝ちまえ。間違っても戻ってくるなよ。
Don't come back, brutal.
はいはい。それじゃああとはよろしくね。
I don't know what's so funny, but Tosaka leaves in a good mood.
シローはどうするのです？傷が癒えたと言っても無理は禁物ですから、今夜は休むべきではないでしょうか。
That's probably the best plan.
ああ、そのつもりだ。けど、もう少しイリアを見ている。問題がないようだったら和室に移して、そしたら寝るよ。
そうですか。それではそれまで私も付き添います。
our conversation ends there. It's really awkward once it's quiet, as Tosaka was the loud one. No, awkward isn't the right word. There are things I'm worried about and things I need to say, so my mind is impatient. Come to think of it, what I want to tell her is all in a mess. About the Holy Grail. About her still being alive. Even if she does obtain the Holy Grail, there's no salvation for the girl called Arturia. I don't even need to say why. She has no wish for herself, even now.
セイバー、さっきの話なんだが。
Our eyes meet. Her awkward eyes seem to know what I'm going to say.
はい。何でしょうか、シロ。
Yeah, she knows exactly what this is about. I didn't want this conversation to resume. She tries to block my question with a calm voice. But I have to tell her.
だからさっきの話だ。遠坂も言っていたけど、聖杯を手に入れればサーバントはこっちに残れるんだろ。なら。
いいえ、私は残るつもりはありません。聖杯を手に入れれば元の私に戻るだけです。
It's not what Shiro wants to hear.
それで王の選定をやり直すっていうのか。死にかけた自分を救わずに初めからやり直すのか。
はい。国を守るのは王の責務です。私の力が及ばなかったのですから、せめてふさわしい王を選び直さなければなりません。
I don't think anyone would really do any better than you did, but alright. She asserts it as if it has nothing to do with her. Her words really make me angry.
このバカ！いい加減目を覚ませ！
Dang, he's pissed.
王の責務なんて関係ない。セイバーはこうしてここにいるんだから、あとは自分のやりたいことだけやってればいいんだ。セイバーは強いんだろ。ならさっさと戦いを終わらせて聖杯を手に入れてサーバントなんてやめればいい。願い事があるんなら昔に戻ってやり直しなんかするな。自分を変えたいんなら昔じゃなくて今から取り戻す方法を取れってんだ。
I knew he'd be upset, but I did not expect this, like, outburst. Jeez. Saber doesn't answer. She gives a small sigh.
シロ、しつこいです。その話はもうやめてほしい。
Jeez. She firmly rejects my opinion.
それに、聖杯があればこの時代に残れるというわけでもありません。アーチャー、あのサーバントは聖杯を手に入れたから残っているわけではない。なぜなら前回の戦いで聖杯を得られるはずがないのですから。
I suppose that makes sense, honestly. I really like this song. I think we've heard it once or twice before, but it's really good. He probably just remains in this time because he said he had the ability to be independent from his master.
セイバー、それはどういう？
Didn't somebody grab it and the Holy Grail rejected them or something?
ないものは手に入れようがないでしょう。
Ah, never mind.
あの日、町が炎に包まれた時、聖杯は破壊されたのです。
Yikes. Maybe I was misremembering though. I thought they said that Kodamine went to grab the Holy Grail. Or did. Or because of the fact that he had been refusing to fight, it didn't grant him a wish. I could be completely wrong. Maybe I'm just crazy. I swear it said he tried that. I suppose it doesn't matter that much. But the fact that the Holy Grail was destroyed is kind of insane, actually.
私を裏切ったマスター、エミやキリツグによって。
Wait, what? Oh my. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god, wait. Are you serious? So first of all, I mean, I assumed there was a very good chance that Kiritsugu was a master in the past, right? Like in the last Holy Grail War. But he had Saber, betrayed her, or maybe did. I'd assume that means he had Saber, not was allied with her. Like, I'd assume that means that was his servant. But the most important part is this implies he was the one who created the fire. That is the type of thing that could immediately change Shiro, right? Like, without a doubt, that information. And maybe he didn't start the fire, maybe he went and destroyed the Holy Grail, right? But, oh my goodness. Either way, that's juicy. My vision closes in. I hold my body steady with my hands as it's about to fall.
エミヤ切りつくったって。
はい。10年前、前回の聖杯戦争における私のマスターは彼でした。私とキリツグは最後まで勝ち残り、聖杯はキリツグの手に渡った。
So Saber did win?
アーチャーとそのマスターはまだ残っていましたから、あとは彼らを倒すだけで聖杯戦争は終了するはずだった。
What, did he try to grab it too early?
ですが、キリツグは聖杯を捨てたのです。
Wait, did I read that wrong? So he got it before the Holy Grail War, like, properly ended, and then threw it away.
その結果、町は火に包まれました。
Ooh. Maybe that's why, like, oof. I'm just thinking about how Shiro always describes him getting saved as, or he's described it a few times as he's not sure who was really the one saved, him or Kiritsugu, right? I'd assume Kiritsugu did not intend to set the entire town ablaze. And what immediately was seeking like retribution for the act. Maybe that's why when he found at least one person to save, like he felt he was saved. Ooh, Jesus.
あの男は私に命じて聖杯を破壊させた。聖杯に触れられるのはサーバントだけですから。キリツグは最後の霊樹を使って私の手で強制的に聖杯を破壊させたのです。
Yikes. I feel like that probably isn't even ill will. He probably just had a similar mindset to Shiro as I don't need it. Why should this exist? Why should this thing that causes this war be a thing? Right? Why should I let it have this power? Right? And he didn't realize what would happen. That'd be my assumption. Maybe I'm thinking too much of Kiritsugu, but I don't know why else he would do that.
聖杯が失われてはサーバントはこの世にとどまれない。キリツグも私をとどめようとは思わなかった。私の記憶はそこまでです。あのアーチャーとの決着も私を裏切ったキリツグを問いただすこともできなかった。
So they never even finished their match. Well, it's not like I never thought about it. Father was a magus. He lived in this town all his life. He must have been involved in a Holy Grail War.
なんでそれを言わなかったんだ、セイバ
ー。通常サーバントというのは以前の記憶など持ちませんし、同じ英霊がサーバントとして召喚されることもない。
Saber's the one exception to that, as far as we know.
私はサーバントとしては異例です。ですから、この件に関しては口に出すべきではないと判断したのです。それにシローには、キリツグがどんなマスターだったのかを語るのは気が進まなかった。
Will Shiro just accept that explanation?
気が進まなかったってどうして？
Was he like brutal, they were on the offensive the whole war kind of master?
シロー、あなたが私の過去を夢見たように、私もあなたの過去を見てしまった。あなたのことにも驚きましたが、キリツグの変わりようも私には信じられなかった。シローの記憶にいるエミやキリツグは立派な人物です。ですが、私の記憶にある彼はそのような人物ではなかった。
Was he scum? He was totally scum in the last Holy Grail War, wasn't he?
一言で言ってしまえば、彼は典型的な魔術師だった。己が目的にしか興味はなく、阻むものは何であろうと排除する。およそ人間らしい感情など彼には見当たらなかった。私が戦いを通して話しかけられたのは3度だけです。
Wow.
それが何であるかは言うまでもないとは思いますが。
I don't either. I don't think she needs to say anything.
残忍というわけではなかったし、殺人鬼というわけでもなかった。
Okay, so maybe not scum, but...
けれど、彼には情というものが存在しなかった。キリツグが私を道具として扱ったように、彼本人もまた自身を道具としてしか見ていなかった。キリツグはあらゆる感情を殺し、あらゆる敵を殺した。そこまでして信じたものが何であったのかは私にはわからない。ただ、その目的であった聖杯を前にして彼は私に破壊を命じた。
I think even a lot of this can tie back to what we know of Kiritsugu. Let me let her finish this line, but...
告白すれば、あの時ほどレイジの存在を呪ったことも、私を裏切った相手を呪ったこともありません。
I feel like a lot of this can tie back to what we know about Kiritsugu, right? You kind of think about it, and it's like, he talked about how to be a superhero, you have to condemn others. To save one, you have to, like, you know, sacrifice another. I feel like maybe I'm thinking too much of him. I don't know. I guess, like, maybe we won't know at all, right? Maybe I am just thinking too positive of him, but I feel like chances are he didn't just destroy it, like, for the lulz or something, right? I feel like he probably was trying to end the Holy Grail War, right, to stop all of these victims. I feel like maybe his purpose was to win this war, so he killed all of his emotions and wanted to win this war to end it forever, right? Not knowing what it would, like, cost. And it probably it would explain why he has that idea, right, that to save one, you have to sacrifice another, right? Or to be a superhero, you have to actively condemn others, right? I guess in his mind, he was that superhero, right? Or was going to be, and then that fire happened, right? And to save Shiro, he had to sacrifice everyone else. And then, I mean, it perfectly explains why he wouldn't want Shiro to be a magus, right? He wouldn't want him involved in this war that he's been involved in, right? I don't know. Maybe I keep saying this, maybe I'm just thinking too much of him. But I feel like it's like, there's no way there's like a simple explanation for that, right? Like, I feel like he probably didn't do that out of some ill will. I don't know, though. I mean, especially because, like, it's not like it even worked. It didn't destroy the Holy Grail in the end. You know, it's back. So, Kiritsugu just got a lot more interesting to me. He was already kind of interesting, I gotta be honest, but I feel like this makes it way more interesting. Now that I think about it, it also, I mean, it's obvious why he would take Shiro in as a, like, as his son, right? You know, if he felt guilty for what he did, right? I mean, that's not super hard to figure out, and I mean, it explains his complete shift in character, especially because she said the Kiritsugu she knew was not the Kiritsugu we knew. So maybe the Kiritsugu we knew was kind of always there, but he kind of hid that so that he could win this war and end it, right? But things just didn't work, and I don't know. Maybe we'll find out some more, but Kiritsugu is a much more intriguing character now. There's some truth in Saber's words. No, they must all be true. Come to think of it, I don't know what Kiritsugu was like before that time 10 years ago. I couldn't guess anything about him before that time, and I saw no need to learn about such things. It doesn't change a thing, even if Kiritsugu was cold-hearted. The man that adopted me was really childlike, so my memory is my only truth. What hurts my heart is, if Kiritsugu was really a cold person, his last moments were just too empty.
そうか。じゃあ俺がセイバーを呼び出せたのもキリツグの息子だったからなのか。
わかりません。キリツグは正規の手順で私を呼び寄せました。マスターとしての適性が高かったキリツグは歴史のある魔術師の家系に雇われ聖杯戦争に参加した。
He was hired?
マスターとしての準備はその家系が全て揃えたと言います。
Huh. Odds that it was Ilya's family? Probably pretty low, but it would explain the weird connection that Ilya has to us, if that was the case.
彼らは私の遺品をコーンウォールから発掘し、キリツグに委ねて聖杯戦争に臨ませた。キリツグはそれを触媒にして私を召喚したのです。ですからキリツグ本人には私を呼び寄せる因子もなければ属性が近いというわけでもありません。シローが私を引き寄せたのは何か別の力が働いたからでしょう。
It's probably just our attribute and our attitudes. Just a coincidence then. I get it. It's not too surprising that father used to be a master. What's surprising is that his servant was King Arthur, the one standing in front of me right now. And one more thing. Saber said that the Holy Grail was destroyed. Then, isn't this war completely meaningless?
わからないな。聖杯がもうないってセイバーは初めから知っていたんだろう。ならどうしてこんな馬鹿げた戦いをする気になったんだよ。
確かに聖杯の有無は私には分かりません。けれど私が呼ばれた以上聖杯はなければおかしい。
That's very true.
忘れたのですかシロ。私は聖杯を手に入れるためにサーバントになった。逆に言えば聖杯がない場所に私は呼ばれないのです。
いやでもじゃあ聖杯ってのは壊れても治ってるものなのか。
Doesn't seem that weird, given how powerful that thing is.
いいえ、聖杯はそう簡単に替えが利くものではない。
Never mind.
一度壊れた聖杯が治ることなどないでしょう。
Or a destroyed Holy Grail, so implying there's more than one.
なら
ですがあるはずです。サーバントは聖杯の磁力に惹かれて現れる。聖杯がなければサーバントは現れない。
I feel like that implies that there's like more than one, or another one was created somehow. Imagine someone created the Holy Grail with projection magic. Oh man, not likely. Or maybe it's something kind of like the servants themselves, right? Where it's not really here or there, right? It's just kind of a copy is pulled. each time. It's possible.
それはあの神父も語っていたのではありませんか。
神父。そうか。あいつ。
Yeah, it's been a minute since we talked about Kodamine. Supervisor of the Holy Grail War living at the church. The man that manages the Holy Grail War must be able to answer all my questions. The end of the previous war. What happened to the destroyed Holy Grail and to the servant Archer? And yes, what did Kiritsugu see at the end of the battle to make him destroy the Holy Grail? Those are all great questions. Are we going to go to Kodamine and ask, or... I wake up alone. Even if she's recovered, Saber still has to sleep periodically. Saber went to bed right away after that, and I went to bed too to relieve Saber. That was an hour ago. It's past midnight. I'll be able to sneak out without Saber or Tosaka finding out now. And watch him run into the other archer. That would be tough. Oh, are we going to Kodamine? Oh, that's bold. I go out without making a sound. I thought about using the bicycle, but it'd be a problem if I wake them up by doing so. How loud is your bicycle? Or is it like... Okay, it's probably pulling it out, right? And getting it out of the house. Okay. I was like, dude, is that a motorcycle or a bicycle? What? I guess I'll walk there. Yeah, he is going to talk to Kodamine. Okay. We might get some questions answered. There's no one around. Even if it's midnight, the silence is abnormal. The air is frozen and I can't sense life from any of the buildings. On the other hand, I feel a contradictory heat under the road, as if there's a whirlpool of something black. Has something happened to the town in the few days I was held at Ilya's place? Feels like ill omens are everywhere.
気のせいじゃないよな。
I look up at the mountain in the distance. The Ryudo Temple, which is far away from the city, just looks like a black lump from here. It's just that it seems like it's throbbing along with a night wind. I feel like going somewhere without Saber might not have been an intelligent choice. Here's to hoping we don't get jumped by Lancer or Archer or something. I doubt Archer would jump us, because he wants to duel or marry Saber. One of the two. I crossed the dark river and walked to Shinto.
そうか。あれからもう10日経ってるのか。
That day. That night I first met Saber and walked on this bridge with Tosaka seems like so long ago. Yeah, it kinda does. Imagine 10 days of this would be, would feel way longer than 10 normal days. I see the church. I've never been to the church. Even though I told Tosaka that, I do have a connection to this church. I was supposed to be entrusted to the church and adopted somewhere later. That would make sense, huh? Yep.
エミヤの家か。あの教会か。思えばとんでもない分かれ道だったんだな。
It makes sense that they would take care of the one survivor of the fire caused by the Holy Grail War. 10 years ago. All the children in the hospital were orphans, and they were all temporarily entrusted to the church. I was the only one of them adopted from the hospital. That must be why. I felt kind of guilty and unconsciously avoided the church. That's why I told Tosaka it was my first time visiting the church on the night 11 days ago. Didn't we just say 10? The lights in the church are still on. I don't like that priest, but there's something I need to ask him.
さ、行くぞ。
I take a deep breath and go through the heavy doors.
琴峰神父いるか。
Wait, are we even supposed to be here? Aren't we, like, not allowed to be here? Until the Holy Grail War ends? Maybe I'm remembering that wrong. I hope so. Imagine we just get disqualified because of this. I keep on walking while I call out. I can't sense anyone in the chapel. Even though the lights are on, it's so big and quiet that I feel more afraid than I would in complete darkness.
誰かいないのか？
There's no reply. I can't go in any farther, so maybe I should give up and go home for tonight. I instantly turn toward the sound.
エミやシローか。こんな時間に何の用だ？
What's up, Kotomine? The sudden encounter leaves me speechless.
夜も更けた。あとは眠るだけだったのだが、その顔では懺悔の真似事でもしたかったと見えるな。エミやシロー。
Oops. Kotomine says so and returns to the door he emerged from.
いや、待ってくれ。あんたに聞きたいことがあってきた。
Yeah, he realizes what we're here for, probably.
そんなことは分かっている。時間外だからといって、訪れたものを追い返すことなどせん。
So saying, Kotomine opens the door to the back of the chapel.
ついてこい。話といっても聖杯戦争の件だろ。そんな血生臭い話をここでするわけにもいかん。
Fair enough. Kotomine disappears into the back without waiting for my reply. I've come this far, so I can't go back empty-handed. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you might as well. I renew my determination not to be intimidated by Kotomine and follow him. Imagine he walks all this way, risks his life by being alone in the dark,
外もすごかったけど、
and
中も凝ってるっていうか。
then he just didn't get any answers. It'd be tough. Also, wow, that is really nice. Is this a courtyard? There's a park and a passageway that seems too elegant for Kotomine to live in alone.
何をしている？話をするのならこちらに来い。
The priest turns yet another corner.
くそ、本当に待ったなしなんだな、あいつ。
Not letting you stop and admire the view, I guess. I follow him, complaining. The church is like a small maze, so I have to follow him obediently. It's a modest room made of stone. The inelegant room seems to be Kotomine's.
もてなすものの一つもないが、許せ。
I don't think we're of age to drink alcohol, but I appreciate the offer, I guess. Kotomine says so while sitting down. Is this the faint smell of wine? You must really like it if the smell is lingering in this room.
どうした？話があるのではなかったか？そこでほうけられていても迷惑だが。
I mean, that's a bit to the point, but that's fair.
誰もほうけてなんかいない。この部屋が意外だったから驚いていただけで、すぐに用件を済ませて帰る。
それは何より。私も子供に付き合うほど暇ではない。質問は手短にしてもらおう。
As expected, I hate this guy. Feels like he can read my mind, and I feel intimidated when I talk to him.
それで話は何だ、エミヤシロ。一応教えられることは全て教えたつもりだが。
Maybe about this Holy Grail War. You want to know about the last one?
嘘つけ。あんたは知ってたはずだ。親父がセイバーのマスターだったこと。最後に聖杯を壊しちまったこと。あんたは聖杯を管理してる監督役なんだからな。
ほう。セイバー自身がそう言ったのか。
ああ。前回の聖杯戦争はそうして終わったって聞いた。
The priest sinks into silence as if pondering.
サーバントが前回の記憶を受け継いでいるというのは異常だ。セイバーは故障しているのか、それともあのセイバーそのものが異常なのか。何せよ通常のサーバントとは言えないな。
She definitely is not. You are correct.
英霊は記憶など持たない。過去、現在、未来、いかなる時代にも呼び出される連中に記憶があっては矛盾が生じる。奴らにあるものは生前の記録だけだ。死後英霊となってからの出来事は 一切記憶されないはずだが。
So we're just gonna like cut him off and tell him we know that and like explain why Saber's here still? Or the priest ponders as he must not assent to that fact. I see. He doesn't know that Saber isn't a complete heroic spirit yet, so he's having trouble understanding.
いや、それが違うんだ。セイバーは他のサーバントとは事情が違うらしい。
事情が違う？なるほど。わざわざ訪れた要件はそれか。いいだろう。話してみろ。
Oops. I don't like his haughty attitude, but this is no time to oppose him. I don't like it, but this priest might give me some answers.
それが、セイバーは死んでないらしいんだ。あいつはまだ英霊になる契約をしていない。死の淵であいつが願ったのが聖杯を手に入れることで、その代償として英霊になることを認めたとか。だからあいつはまだ死んだわけじゃないんだ。聖杯を手に入れるまでは死なず、手に入れてしまえば完全なサーバントになるって言ってた。
死んでいない。ではセーバーはまだ輪廻の枠にとどまっているということか。他の英霊のように時間から外れたわけではないと。
Look at that boy's eyes. He is so shocked. He's like, wait, what?
ああ、そういうことだと思う。遠坂はセイバーは一人で時間に止まっているとも言ってた。
そうか。英霊のように事が済めば消えるのではなく、聖杯を手に入れるまでは英霊として駆り出されるということか。だがあれは未だ聖杯を手に入れていないため、失敗するたびに死の直前にいる自身に戻ってしまう。そうして前回の記憶を持ったまま今回も呼び出された。
Yep. And it seems like this isn't even her second Holy Grail War, based on the fact that she said, like, earlier when she was talking about how she cursed the command spell and masters who betrayed her, like she hadn't cursed anyone more than she did Kiritsugu in that moment, right? So it feels like that wasn't even her first rodeo. I could be wrong, but it seems like that's not even like the first time this has happened. So it feels like it's probably been going on for a while. What if she's been in all of them? It's possible. Actually, didn't they say Saber wins most of them though? Or is always in the last like 3 or something? I mean, I don't know who won each one, so.
わざわざ死ぬために聖杯を求めるとは、英雄というのはわからぬな。
Yeah. Yeah, when you put it like that, it doesn't make much sense.
そうして手に入れたところで、待っているのはサーバントとして刺激されることだけだろうに。
そうだ。たとえ聖杯を手に入れて、あいつが望みを叶えたところで、あいつは他のサーバントと同じになっちまうんだろう。俺にはそれが納得いかない。そもそもサーバントって何なんだ。英霊を使い魔にするっていうが、セイバーみたいに矛盾した英霊もありえるのか。
さあ、そのあたりのシステムなど知らんよ。
At least he tells it to us straight.
魂の永続。その秘宝を真似て作られたのがサーバントシステムだ。こればかりは立案者であった当時の人間しか知るまい。
魂の永続？
いや、もともとはそういうものだっただけ。関係のないことだ。忘れろ。
It doesn't have much to do with what we're talking about now, but that's interesting.
それで意味やしろ。つまるところ、お前はあのセーバーをサーバントではなくしたいというのだな。
Yes, kind of. Did he guess right? I mean, that is what he wants. Just like, not right now. Don't be like, okay, bet. You don't have a servant anymore. I certainly think Saber's situation is strange. It's fine that she wants to obtain the Holy Grail, but all that awaits her is elimination. If a king other than King Arthur is chosen, and King Arthur is no more, I think it's wrong for her to be summoned as the hero King Arthur after that. So, if she can stop being a servant and live as a normal human being.
それは不可能だ。
Ooh, brutal.
死者は蘇らない。いかに時間に止まっていようと、私たちにとってセーバーは死んだものだ。彼女を現世に呼び出しているのは聖杯の力であり、彼女が英霊になる交換条件を飲んだからだろう。
So that means she can't just use it to, I guess, be like, okay, I want to come back to life now. Can't pull that off.
聖杯を求めない彼女はサーバントとして召喚されることはない。そして聖杯を求める以上、遅かれ早かれ彼女は完全なサーバントになるだろう。たとえ今回が失敗に終わっても、彼女にはチャンスなど無限にある。
Yep.
セイバーは未だ時間軸にとどまっているため、聖杯を手に入れる機会を同時に行えるというわけでもないし、一度失敗した試練をやり直すということもできない。一度失敗した試練は何度やり直そうと失敗する。結果を体験しているからといって決定した結果は変えられないからな。
So no time travel. That's basically what they're telling us.
だがそれでも聖杯を手に入れるのは時間の問題だろう。聖杯を手に入れる機会はこの聖杯戦争だけではない。聖杯に関する試練はあらゆる時代に存在する。その全てをしらみつぶしに続けていけば、いずれ聖杯は手に入れられる。
Yeah, I mean, with infinite chances, she'll get it eventually. And that's kind of interesting. Trials to obtain the Holy Grail exist in all ages. So, like, while it makes sense, that means, in theory, like, maybe not the Holy Grail War, right? But there are other ways to obtain the Holy Grail, or were.
そもそも彼女は結果として聖杯を手に入れるからこそ英霊として召喚されているのだ。お前のセーバーをサーバントでなくす方法など、あれがお前の前に現れた時点で存在しまいよ。
Yeah. We'd have to break the contract somehow, but I don't know how that would happen. I thought so. As long as Saber seeks the Holy Grail, there's no way to stop her from being a servant. After all, she'll continue like this unless Saber herself decides to use the Holy Grail for her own sake. Even if this Holy Grail War ends and there's no need to fight anymore. She'll go on to the next chance to obtain the Holy Grail if she can't obtain it this time. Once she obtains it, she'll become this heroic spirit thing and be sent out to many ages.
じゃあ聖杯を手に入れようが手に入れまいが、あいつはずっとサーバントのままなのか。
Yeah, seems like it.
いや、そうとは限らんだろう。
Yeah.
聖杯が本当に万能の杯であるのなら、セーバーを救うことはできる。
So it's exactly what we believe, in that the only way to save Saber from becoming a servant permanently is to somehow use the Holy Grail to stop it. The Holy Grail that she's destined to obtain eventually.
けどあんたはさっきそれは不可能だと。
なあ、セーバーをサーバントでなくすのは不可能だ。だがお前が望んでいるのは、セーバーを人としてこの世に留まらせることだろう。
Yeah, boy, you read our mind.
ならば、そう難しいことではない。聖杯戦争が終わった後、サーバントを人として生かすこともできる。もっとも、死んでしまえば死の直前にいる彼女に戻ることになるが。
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like a kind of a compromise, I guess.
それはどうやって。
英霊とサーバントは似て非なるものということだ。通常英霊として召喚される者には意志などない。連中はただ目的を果たすためだけの道具として召喚され消え去っていく。だがサーバントは別だ。あれは聖杯によって呼び出された本体だからな。それならば世界に留めておくだけで人として生きていこう。
そんなことできるのか。前回セイバーは聖杯が壊れた時点で消えたと言っていた。聖杯がなくなってしまえば サーバントは残っていられないんじゃないのか。
I mean, yeah.
無論だ。サーバントを呼び出すのは聖杯であり、その後に彼らを維持させるのがマスターの役割だ。
Oh, wait, what?
だがそれも聖杯がマスターの後押しをしているからでね。本来魔術師一人程度の魔力ではサーバントを維持できない。聖杯という強大な魔力提供源がなければサーバントは消えてしまう。
Okay. This all feels like logical, but they're using a lot of words to say what I kind of already assumed was the case. But it feels like they're just like eliminating or they're eliminating like plot holes, I guess. Is I guess what they're going for. They're just saying, no, you can't do this, you can't do this, can't do this, can't do this, can do this, though. Right. So the end result is pretty much what I assumed, but...
だろうな。なら。
いや、足りないのなら補えばいいだけの話だろ。サーバントにとって魔力提供など代償行為に過ぎない。連中の本質は魂食いだ。
Oh.
存在濃度が薄れ始めたのなら他人の魂で補充すればよい。
So, we could force her to kill things, but I don't think she'd vibe with that. Does that mean attacking random people like Shinji did?
ふざけるな。そんなことできるものか。大体な、セイバー自身そこまでして残ろうと思ってない。
そうか。ならばあとは聖杯の中身を使うしかあるまい。簡単な話だ。お前が真実セーバーを人として生かしたいのなら聖杯をセーバーに飲ませればいい。
Consume? He must have predicted my response. Priest's expression tells me that he was waiting to reach this conclusion from the beginning. Yeah, I was too.
それは聖杯で俺の願いを叶えろってことか。
いや、それはお前の願いとは関係がない。
Wait,
聖杯の中身はそういうものだ。
just literally eat the Holy Grail?
リンから聞かなかったか。サーバントは杯に満ちた水を飲むことによって現世で二度目の生を授けられるのだと。
No, Tosaka neglected to tell us that fact.
もっともそれはこの時代の使い魔として立場を確立したに過ぎぬがな。肉体は依然サーバントのままだがマスターさえ存命ならばこの世界にとどまれるようになる。
けどそれは。
That hasn't solved anything. Even if she can stay in this world, it's meaningless if she's still a servant. She can't exist without magical energy from her master, and even if she stays in this world like that, she returns to that hill after she dies. And Saber wouldn't do it. She isn't interested in a second life, and she said she's going to use the Holy Grail for another purpose. Oh, but first of all, the key to everything is the Holy Grail. Does it mean it still exists in this world?
話は分かった。結局聖杯を手に入れるしかないってことだろう。けど聖杯はあるのか。親父が壊したんならも
うない。
聖杯がないのなら戦う理由がない。こんな馬鹿げた殺し合いは無意味だ。
戦う理由はないか。何を今さら。元より君に理由などない。
Ooh, not wrong. As he says so, time freezes. No reason to fight. That's what this priest told me before. At that time, I just became a master and I didn't have much of a reason to fight. That's why I ignored it, and I thought it was just sarcasm. Did he just straight up tell us there is no Holy Grail? But what about now? I have a reason to fight. If there's a Holy Grail, I want to end this fight and give it to Saber. I have a reason to fight. I have a reason to fight. So why do his words make my body shake so much that I want to vomit?
まあよかろう。今はエミやシローの傷を切開する時ではない。
I hear a voice. A voice I don't want to hear. But it makes my mysterious nausea stop.
聖杯はある。
Okay.
もとより聖杯は受け皿に過ぎぬからな。
Okay, so it wasn't that. Then why such an intense reaction? Like, he must have realized something, even if it was subconsciously, right? Like...
なくなれば、用意したものが新しい聖杯を用意する。
用意したものが新しい聖杯を用意するって、聖杯ってそんな簡単に作れるものなのか？
器を作るだけならばな。無論相応の技術が必要となってくるが、もとよりその技術なくして聖杯戦争は成り立たなかった。
Is it actually made with projection magic? This might sound really stupid. What if he's telling us there's no reason to fight because we could just project it? There's no way, but... right? There's no way? I'm stuck on the no reason to fight thing, right? And the fact that it made Shiro, like, freeze and almost vomit, right? So there truly must be something that, like, makes it so that he has no reason to fight, right? Like, he didn't need to fight this war to obtain the Holy Grail, or there is nothing to obtain. Like, he gains nothing from this. I don't know. Based on his reaction to Kotomine saying that, I feel like there is truth to it. But I don't know what that truth is.
もともと聖杯とは神の血を受け継いだ杯ではなく、古より伝わる魔法の鎌が原型なのだ。お前も魔術師の端くれならば知っていよう。
Probably not.
ユートピア。ギリシャ語でたどり着けない場所という意味を持つそこには、願いを叶える万能の鎌があるとされた。このあらゆる神話の根底にある万能の鎌を再現しようとした魔術師たちがいた。
And that resulted in the Holy Grail?
それがアインツベルン、マキリ、遠坂の三家だ。
I don't recognize Makiri, but I recognize Tosaka and Heinsburn.
連中は何代かにわたって万能の鎌を再現する儀式を模索し、200年前にそれを完成させた。それが一度目の聖杯戦争。人工物に過ぎない聖杯に万能の鎌を降霊させ、道を開こうとした儀式だった。
アインツベルン？それってイリアの家のことか？
Yep.
そうだ。アインツベルンはラインの黄金とやらの伝承に長けていてな。こと、聖杯の模造品を作る技術は神業だった。だが、それだけでは聖杯を呼び出すことはできん。ふさわしい土地と強力な呪縛が必要となる。
Strong curse.
それらを提供したのが遠坂とマキリだ。当時教会と魔術協会は係争の真っ最中だったからな。儀式には教会の目が届かない極東の地が選ばれた。アインツベルンはそれを見越して遠坂を仲間に引き入れたのだろう。遠坂はここ一帯の霊地の持ち主であり、その死は高霊術の対価だった。アインツベルンとしては遠坂なくして聖杯召喚は不可能だった。
Would definitely help explain why Tosaka seemed to have quite a reaction to Ilya revealing herself as an Einsburn the very first time, as their families are like very deeply connected.
だが、二つの家だけでは容易に裏切りが起きてしまう。
So what, they dragged a third in, or?
ことは三すくみにすべきだと考えたのか。遠坂はマキリの家系にもこの話を持ち込んだ。マキリも長い年月を持つ名門でな。
Is this a family we know? Like, probably not. Unless, it was secretly the Matos, and they changed their last name or something.
こと使い魔に関しては優れた技法を持っていた。サーバントを縛る霊樹を作り上げたのもマキリだ。
And this was a group effort just to fight bloody wars over and over.
そうして連中は聖杯召喚に一致団結したわけだが、いざ成功してみれば残ったのは潰し合いだ。一度目の聖杯の恒例は連中が戦っている間に終わってしまったらしいな。
Jeez.
そうして代を重ね、聖杯戦争というルールを作り、形だけは元の協力関係に戻った。東坂はこの土地とサーバントを形作るシステムを提供し、マキリはサーバントを縛る霊樹を提供した。
Alright.
そしてアインツベルンは聖杯が宿る器を用意する。
Lots of lore today.
それらが彼らの敷いた協力関係というわけだ。
The priest continues happily as if something pleases him. But I see. They say the Holy Grail War is a ritual, but Ilya's family was the original proposer.
聖杯を用意したのはアインツベルンだからな。前回キリツグに裏切られた彼らは最強の切り札を投入してきた。おそらくアインツベルンの娘が聖杯を持っているのだろう。
Ilya has the Holy Grail? That's weird. I don't think she had anything with her.
さて、これで気は済んだか。お前が何を悩むのかは私には知り得ない。
Wait, what? Okay, so I was right. Yep. Kiritsugu, it was Einsburn. He was hired by the Einsburns. And that's probably why Aaliyah was talking about, like, I've waited 10 years for this. She was not happy with us because of our last name. Whoops. But that is still a very good question. Like, the daughter of Einsburn probably holds the Holy Grail. How? How would she have it? Does she have to somehow summon it? I don't... Maybe she doesn't need it with her physically. I don't know.
だが解決する手段は聖杯のみだ。それが分かったのなら早々に帰るがいい。戦いはまだ終わっていない。セーバーもつけずに出歩くのは
Thank you.
正気の沙汰ではないぞ。
Yeah, no kidding. That's suicidal.
余計なお世話だ。まだランサーのマスターが残っていることぐらい。
Hold on. There's one more thing I need to ask him. Is it about Archer, please?
ことみね、聖杯が消えればサーバントも消える。あんたはそう言ったな。
言ったが、何か問題でも。
Why is Archer here?
終わりだ。何者かは知らないが、8人目のサーファントがいた。セイバーの話じゃ、あいつは前回からずっとこの場に残ってるって話だぞ。
Yeah, I gotcha, huh? It must have been a surprise. Kotomine opens his eyes and mutters in disbelief.
どういうことだ、ことみね。あんたなら少しはわかると思ってきたんだぞ。
That boy ain't got a clue.
消えなかったサーバントがいる。と、そう不思議ではあるまい。前回の戦いはセーバーが聖杯を破壊することで終わったのだ。つまり、セーバーの他にもう一人、サーバントは残っていた。
So he obviously knows exactly who it is.
セイバーは潔く消えたが、そのサーバントが限界することを望んだのなら、
Consume
話は
souls.
たやすい。それは魂を食らうことで魔力を補い、 この10年間生き続けたのだろう。
Bro was for real waiting for Saber. You guys, you think that's the cause of the gas leaks? Is actually him the whole time? It's possible. Very possible.
そんなバカな。あいつの気配は異常だった。あんなのが10年間もいたら、親父だってあんただって気がつくはずだ。
分かっている。おそらくかくまっている者がいたのだろう。そのサーバントのマスターか、もしくはなんだよ。聖杯戦争を知りながらマスターの資格を持ち得なかった魔術師だ。
Is there one of those here?
そういった人物には一人心当たりがあるのだが、それもないな。マキリのご老体はとうに隠居している。
Well, maybe he didn't really retire. Kodomine must be satisfied as he gets up from the sofa.
話はここまでだ。今の話を聞いては監督役として放ってはおけん。
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of BS, right? He killed an entire servant for us.
そのサーバントに関しては私が調べよう。お前は残るランサーとの戦いに専念するがいい。
Kodomine walks to the exit as if there's nothing more to talk about. Well, there's certainly nothing more to be gained from being here. I leave the dark room and follow Kodomine, who leads me to the exit silently. And you better hope you don't get jumped on the way home. I leave the church. Behind me.
聖杯を手に入れればセーバーは死ぬ。その意味が分かっているのだろうな、エミヤシロ。
The priest asks, as if confirming it. The priest is looking down at me from the doorway. Saber will die if she obtains the Holy Grail. I already know that. Saber's goal is to obtain the Holy Grail, and she doesn't want the Holy Grail's power. Once she obtains the Holy Grail, nothing will bind her. She will be freed from her situation, frozen on the verge of death, and she will die an unrewarded death on that hill.
どういう風の吹き回しだ。あんたがそんな忠告をするたまか。
I guess he is. He just did.
なに。お前がセーバーに肩入れしている様は喜ばしいのでな。私なりの行為として忠告しているのだよ。聖杯を手に入れてしまえばセーバーは消える。
Yep.
彼女と共にいたいのならば、聖杯は諦めるべきだろうとな。
それこそ矛盾してる。聖杯がなかったらセイバーをとどめておけない。
That is correct.
聖杯に頼ることはあるまい。先ほどのサーバントの話もある。
She's not gonna...
セーバーを存命させたいのなら、魂を与え続ければいいだけではないか。
Yeah, that's not happening, bro.
ふざけるな。そんなことできるもんか。
I glare at the priest.
そうか。それは残念だ。
He must not even care about my glare as the priest is laughing.
ならば、聖杯の中身に期待するしかないな。
Yep, so we have to win the war and not let Saber use the Holy Grail, basically.
お前のサーバントが望まないにしても、霊樹を一つ残しておけばそれでいい。お前の望みはそれで叶う。
Yeah. The priest is saying that it doesn't matter even if Saber doesn't want it. That if I'm a master, I can just force Saber to drink using the power of the command spell.
おや、失言だったか。そう睨むな。
He's not
あく
wrong.
まで今のは忠告に過ぎぬ。
I mean, unless we somehow change Saber's mind, that's the only way to actually get her to stay, right?
ま、セイバーの意志を尊重するのもよかろう。彼女の人生だ。我々が口を出す権利はない。例のサーバントに関しては明日中に調べ上げよう。気が向いたのならもう一度訪れるがいい。
Alright, I might. The door to the church closes. Looking up at the church, I grit my teeth, telling myself that I will never come here again. I mean, I want that information on Archer, but... I crossed the moonlit bridge. This is the place where I walked with Saber. At that time, I was just looking at the scenery, not thinking about anything.
聖杯を手に入れればセーバーは死ぬ。その意味が分かっているのだろうな、エミやシロ。
If we want her to stay, we can't let her obtain it. I mean, pretty simple. I know. I know without him telling me. Why is everything so complicated? Saber must not obtain the Holy Grail, but it is the only thing that can save her.
彼女と共にいたいのならば聖杯は諦めるべきだろう。
Yeah, that's quite the contradiction.
それでも存命させたいのなら、彼女に魂を与え続ければいい。
I can't do that. Even if I accepted that, Saber wouldn't. Man, I think the only soul that would be getting fed to her is ours if we tried that. She would rather disappear than do such things. She would disappear and repeat this kind of war?
ならば、霊樹を一つ残しておけばそれでいい。お前の望みはそれで叶う。
この黙りやがれ。
I mean, you might not like how he put it, but he's not wrong. Oh, dang. Stop and punch at the rails as if shaking off the command spell. A hard steel sound echoes through the night. I broke my hand. It's the only sound around here. There are no people nor cars around.
くそ。何をその気になってんだ。一体。
I lean on the rail and spit it out. I know I should just ignore Kodamine's opinion, but his words had a charm that make me unable to ignore them. What did I want to do, and what was I trying to fight for? At first, it was to end the Holy Grail War. When did that purpose fade away and become secondary? Was it when I was obstinate about fighting by myself? Was it when I decided to cooperate with Saber, after I painfully realized how powerless I was? Or is it from that time I made a sword for her, after that night in the ruins? I'm just trying to deceive myself with all that. I don't even need to think about it. Back then, when I met her in the moonlight in my shed, my mind was already made up. But that would have been fine. If I hadn't found out because of the dreams, this probably would have ended before I knew it. But I found out. I couldn't leave her alone and decided I didn't want to lose her. I want to stay like this. I want to keep watching her smile.
一体。
The girl, watching the sunset alone on that hill of swords. My chest hurts thinking back to it. She never had time that was her own. I just don't like that. Kiritsugu said we shouldn't let girls cry. I think a smiling face is much better than a crying one. That's why I was irritated when Saber wasn't smiling. But when I told her to smile, she said that it was better if she saw me smiling. It's like seeing stars through a telescope that you can never reach. Ooh.
くそ。
I look up at the night sky. Looking up at the star I can never reach. Drip. An unnoticed tear falls down my cheek.
俺、あいつが好きだ。
Yeah, that bit was kind of obvious, bro. I say so to no one. However dull I am, I have to admit it. There's nothing I can do about it. I like her so much that I can cry for no reason. Jeez. Also, you know Fate's
お
about to
かえ
get...
り。ずいぶんと遅かったわね。
Perhaps. Also, you know Fate's about to get real when you hear that music. Like, when I hear that music, it's hard for me to even, like, want to talk about what I'm observing. Because I just want to, like, keep going through it all. But, I mean... Some nice ways to express how he feels. We kind of knew how he felt. I thought the most interesting part was... Ooh, where is it? This part. What was, like, you know, what does he want to do? What was he trying to fight for? And he admits, like, at first it was to stop the Holy Grail War, and like that's not what he's going for anymore. And it kind of questions all of his time with Saber and some of his, like, positive memories with her. At least he came out and, like, just said it, man. He really came out and just said it all. I definitely like this Shiro, like, thinking about Saber more than I did at, like, than I did at the beginning of the game, right? Or the route. With the whole, like, you know, she's a girl, like, she's a girl. Basically, it was, like, all he seemed to think. And he vaguely knew that, like, she, knew she was beautiful, but, like, it's kind of all he thought. And now it's like, I don't know, it feels like it's grown into something much more. So I can actually, like, I can respect their interactions now, and I can enjoy them. First, they felt pretty superficial, but now it's, you know, he doesn't want her to leave because he knows her fate. He knows what she's been through. Wants to see her keep smiling. I don't know. Much easier to root for now. The unnoticed tear falling down his cheek, man. That was... Jeez, man. That was a nice scene. And then, Tosaka standing in the doorway.
Tosaka, お前なんで?
玄関で立ち話もなんでしょ。疲れてるみたいだし、こっち来なさいよ。
Yeah. Good point. You're probably right. She takes my arm without asking me and starts to walk. Takes me to her room.
はい、お茶。外寒かったでしょ。
She says so rather bluntly, but she's thoughtful.
ああ、サンキュー。
Honestly, I appreciate the hot tea. It's about an hour to the neighboring town. Since I walked slowly, my body is freezing cold.
で、綺麗のとこに行ってたの？
That obvious? She asks me directly. I see, so Tosaka knew all along. But she didn't even stop me, just waited for me to come home, and prepared me some tea. I've made up my mind, and I appreciate Tosaka's thoughtfulness. That must be why.
あ、行ってきた。聞きたいことがあったから。
I reply honestly, not hiding anything.
そっか。じゃあ何をしてきたかは聞かない。シローもそれでいいでしょ？
Sure. I mean, I guess unless he wants to share.
そうだな。それに、あんまり身のある話じゃなかった。ただ今の状況を確認しただけだったし。
そう。でも驚いたな。セイバーがまだサーバントになりきってないだなんて。
True.
最強のサーバントがその実一番半端なサーバントだったなんて悪い冗談じゃない。
そうだな。セイバーはサーバントになんてならなければよかったんだ。
I nod.
意外ね。シロとアッチャーもしかしたら気があったのかもしれないな。あいつもね、シロと同じこと言ってたから。
Oh man, don't say that around Shiro.
アーチャーってあいつが？
そう、アーチャーも言ってたわ。自分は後悔してるからセイバーにはそうなってほしくないって。
Not becoming a servant. So what, did Archer know from the beginning?
なんであいつがセイバーの心配をするんだよ。あいつセイバーを嫌ってたじゃないか。
そうなんだけどね。やっぱりさ、あいつってセイバーにゆかりの騎士だったんじゃないかな。
Ooh, spicy. That'd be interesting.
初めてセイバーと戦った時、あいつ明らかに手を抜いてたでしょ。あの時から怪しいと思ってたんだ。
Was it? So what? He knew Saber the whole time?
そうなのか。けどセイバーはアーチャーに見覚えはないようだったぞ。
そうなの？けどセイバーは王様だったんでしょ。
She probably had a lot of knights.
なら国民を全て把握していたわけでもないし、忘れてることだってあるんじゃない？
あのな、そういうこと言い出したらそれこそキリがない。 顔を見て思い出せないようなやつならそれは知らないってことだと思うけど。
That's a lot of what ifs.
そうでもないわよ。伝説だとさ、アーサー王の進化には運が悪くてキャメロットを追われた騎士も多いでしょ。あいつが正体を隠していたのは私にじゃなくてセイバーに対してだったって言うんなら割と納得がいくんだけど。
Cooking a bit early, huh? Tosaka's actively talking to me. Is she trying to care for me? I don't think it's having much effect, but she's a nice girl. She's usually merciless, but she tries to help people when they're weakened. Yeah, like reviving them from the dead. And so, we drink tea together for a while. She must have run out of patience as she looks at me seriously.
で、あなたはどうしたいの、シロ。
I guess that's the question, huh?
とりあえず明日はデートする。
What? Can't think of anything else. I already decided so on my way home. And then... where did that solemn atmosphere go? After making a really rude face, Tosaka... Is that your plan, Shiro? Good lord. Bursts into a laughter.
ちょっと待って、心の準備がすごいってば、すっごいわがままぶりよ、シロ。
Tough. It is brutal when she just laughs at us like this. Damn. Now that I think about it calmly, I should have known this is gonna happen. I'm such an idiot.
うるさい。わがままで悪いか。そんな場合じゃないって分かってるけど、絶対に邪魔はさせないからな。
違う。シロがおかしくて。
God. Oh no. Tosaka hits my back, holding her stomach. Could this be the worst treatment I've taken so far?
心底笑ったわ。
This is brutal. She is laughing directly at us. She tried. Oh man. She tries to catch her breath.
そりゃよかったな。こっちは全然笑えなかったけど。
It's kind of funny for me too.
デート頑張んなさい。私あなたたちのこと好きよ。
Tosaka says so. Her attitude completely changed.
おう、頑張る。
That was a real surprise attack. She says that kind of a thing with that kind of an expression. All I can do is nod. So that's the move? Yeah, okay, I guess. I return to my room. Saber is still asleep, and the mansion is quiet like nothing has happened. So the move is to convince her to stay by giving her a reason to. Big brain. It was raining today. What will the weather be like tomorrow? Looking up at the moving clouds, I step out of character and wish for it to be sunny tomorrow. I'm gonna wake up to like a thunderstorm. It'd be kind of funny. That'd be so tough. Okay. 2:14 bookmark. Oh god, I don't know how long this video actually has been going. Recording says an hour 15, but I have some from the previous day. I think that amounted to about 25 minutes, so an hour 40. I mean, I could keep going for a bit longer, but is this a good enough stopping point that I don't? I mean, a new day is like the best stopping point, right? My videos do tend to be a bit longer than this, but the last few have been relatively long, right? So I guess we'll do a slightly shorter one today. We'll just wrap it up here, because this just feels like a really good stopping point. it's not like there's an imminent thing that I want answered tomorrow. So, we'll go ahead. Yeah, we'll just wrap it up here. This was a pretty good episode. It was a lot more tame than some of the other ones, but we got like a lot of like interesting information from Kotomine. As much as Shiro doesn't like him, he does provide some useful information, like lore, right? The way he talked about specifically kind of Saber's circumstances, he kind of made things way more clear, right? Which was nice. The highlight of the episode for me, though, was probably the bridge scene. With, like... It just feels like Shiro, like I said, it feels like... I don't know, so much easier to like Shiro and Saber as a pair, right? When the, oh goodness, I can't remember the word I used earlier. When the reasonings aren't as, like, superficial, I think is what I said. Right? Because before it was literally just, she's a beautiful woman. I like. Right? But now it's, you know, he's seen her past and realized she never had the chance to be herself or to smile, and he wants to change that. Right? And he realizes they're so similar. They both have that kind heart. I mean, he even cried when thinking about it. You know, it's so much easier to appreciate that part of Fate than it was before. Because before it was just kind of like, really? Like, those aren't the greatest reasons ever. But okay. But I really liked that scene. And the follow-up scene was pretty funny. As are most scenes with Tosaka. Very thoughtful gesture by Tosaka. And then she laughs in our face. I mean, it's Tosaka. What can you say? But overall, I mean, it wasn't like the most interesting episode in terms of like development scenes, but they were there. There were some good development scenes, and there was some interesting stuff to set up for the future. A lot of stuff to consider. You know, I completely forgot to mention the reveal regarding Kiritsugu and Saber. Right, that was very interesting. That was a highlight of the episode. Man, that shocked me. While it makes sense, and I kind of saw it coming, at the same time, right, actually getting it confirmed, I was like, wow. And realizing he was the one that caused the fire by destroying the Holy Grail. And the fact that he was indeed, right, hired by the Einsburns, which means that probably explains why Ilya was like, yeah, like, I've been waiting 10 years for this. Like, I don't know. It just feels like it explained a lot of things, right? And added a lot. Made Kiritsugu's character much more intriguing, and I'd love to learn more about him. I don't know how much more there is to learn about him at this point. Unless Kotomine, like, secretly knows a lot of things about him, right? And dumps that on us later. I don't know how much more there is to learn, but I would be interested to learn more. But yeah, I completely forgot to mention that. But it was a very, very good part of the episode. That whole bit. So I don't know. Okay, so maybe I kind of undersold the episode. It still wasn't like the best episode ever, but it's not like it was the worst. I don't know which episode I'd even bother calling the worst. Like, I don't know. Hey, who cares? I'm not going to sit here and think through them all and decide which one was the worst. But definitely wasn't the worst. Because there were some bombshells, right? There was some artillery, some serious heavy weaponry in this this episode. The bomb about Kiritsugu, and the fire, and the Einsburn family, and the background lore regarding the Holy Grail itself, and the bridge scene, and then the nice little follow up we got. Overall, I thought it was a solid episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. One thing I do want to kind of briefly touch on real quick regarding the kind of future of the series. So, in about 2 to 3 weeks, I am going to be not able to record nearly as much for about a month. So hopefully I will just be able to record a bunch of stuff in advance and kind of slowly upload it all, like while I'm not able to up or record Fate, because I'm going to have a friend over for most of it. And I'm not going to spend 2 hours a day recording Fate while he's here. We will record other games. However, most of you probably aren't interested in those. We'll probably record Persona 4 and just upload that a bunch. We might react to an anime or something. But I just wanted to let you guys know that the Fate uploads will probably slow down during that period, to maybe every 2 to 3 days. But hopefully I will be able to have enough videos like stockpiled and ready to upload, that we will have Fate like continuing to be uploaded. I just figured I'd let you guys know now. Obviously I will mention that more as the dates kind of come up, but it was just something I was kind of thinking about, and I figured I'd let you guys know in advance. But anyways, that's all for this video. And let you guys know my thoughts on the video. Gave you guys, I guess, a little news there at the end that obviously I will share again when it becomes more relevant. I'll throw it in an intro instead of an outro or something. But not a huge deal now. I just figured I'd get it out there. And I still have like 2.5 weeks to even prepare for that. So hopefully I'll get a good amount of videos in. I mean, if I record daily and upload like every other day, just that will get me there for the most part. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sure there will be another one soon, within a few days. And I hope to see you guys there. Peace.